Okay. Hi, I'm back the next morning. The whole point of dry deep conditioning is after the hair has soaked in the conditioner overnight, when you rinse it out, you actually rinse away the dirt and everything that was on your hair anyway. So, two birds, one stone. What is in my hair currently is a bunch of my latest version of everything buttercream. I call it everything because you can do everything with it. You can blow dry your hair, you can straighten your hair with it. It is a lock method in a jar, the LOC. It's your leave-in, your oil, and your cream all in one. And the reason I made this latest one, which contains the basics, but the main oils I used were castor oil and grapeseed oil. This version actually lays my hair down pretty well. And the reason I need that is I've had some trouble with my right hand lately, so I don't have the arm strength to just constantly keep going through with a brush. So when I use this, it just lays it down. I go through once and it lays flat, and then I can move on to the next step. I'm switching out this comb because somebody's chewed on it and it's got some broken off bits. So it's really made it possible at all to comb my hair during this time, because you know how curly hair just bounces back on itself and shrinks back up as soon as you take the brush through. So as you can see, it's laying down pretty good. Now some of you may be all shocked that I'm so heavy-handed with the products, but as I said, my hair is not only thirsty, it's hungry. This girl is hungry. Oh. And I had to find some stuff to feed her. So the everything cream, generally, I won't give you any company secrets, but the base is actually Crisco. Shout out to Roots for You 485 on YouTube. I do love her, and she was the first person that ever gave me the idea that Crisco was a hair thing. And then I started noticing in some of the products on the shelf, hydrogenated vegetable oil was an ingredient. So you take the Crisco, look at that shine, right? But the hair loves it, and it is a wonderful carrier for all kinds of nutritious oils and things, such as mine. I have within this concoction olive oil, again a penetrating oil, grapeseed oil, which adds many vitamins like A. Let me not lie, it adds a lot of different vitamins and a little protein, and it's just a really nutritious oil. And a lot of people use it as a heat protectant because it has a high smoking point. The castor oil, of course, very nourishing to the hair, healing to scalp conditions and skin problems. And it's just a really heavy oil that a lot of people use to seal in moisture. So then, because my hair is, because all hair needs it, I add provitamin B5 to nearly all of my products, but definitely the conditioners and leave-ins. I've also added MSM powder, which is an organic sulfur compound. Sulfur is very important to the hair follicles and their strength. And I've added, let's see, MSM Provitamin. I've added some inositol, which I found out was one of the main things in rice water that helps to smooth the hair cuticle. It's provitamin B8. It's one of the B vitamins. And it actually smooths the hair cuticle and does some other stuff. I'm not a scientist. I'm not a licensed cosmetologist. I do plan to do a lot more studying and perhaps become licensed, but at this time I don't have any licensing. I just have years and years of my own personal trial and error research. See? I have not had to brush through this braid again and again and again, thank God. Because this hand, I don't know what's going on with it, but she just is not what she used to be. I'm twisting the bottom because my separation wasn't quite even. Actually, this is like a chunk of hair from totally different spots, so of course it wouldn't come out even at the ends. Oh, one down, 97 to go. No, I'm kidding. This, the castor oil has actually made this like so easy. My hair has never just stayed in one spot after being left alone. So it's pretty cool. I'm not going to take you guys through the whole process. It doesn't take nearly as long as it used to, but it still takes some time. Oh, so pointers. Notice how I use the tools very lightly. I used to be one of those people that just rip through their hair without concern, because you know we thought that kinks were tough and just could take everything, but they're not. They're very delicate. The tighter your curl pattern, the more delicate and fragile your hair is likely to be. So the more tender loving care you should show it. You should treat it like it was a friend, first of all. And then treat your friends nicely. So as you can see, I am not using the tools for the most part. For the big part of detangling, I'm going to use my fingers. Your fingers are a friend. You can feel where a knot is and stop before you just break it open and tear off that chunk of hair. And ladies and gentlemen, please believe me when I say I am loving this this combination of oils. I've never used castor oil in my leave-in because it was so heavy, but right now I need something that's going to make my hair just lay down and take it, basically. And this is doing the job. So once I get the main tangles out, we come in with the brush. We start at the bottom and then we just work up slowly. And I can't tell you how much easier this process is now. Because I just don't have it to be ripping through this head of hair. I know the picture quality is kind of sucky, but just wait until I get really established. The glow up is going to be real. The glow up. Come back at me a year from now and see where I am. So yeah, see how that hair just laid down? Never in my life has it done this. This baby girl of mine is pretty hard-headed. She's pretty hard-headed. She's fairly wild. I have learned to love her. And when I learned to love her, when I actually learned to love her, well, no. Again, I've had this hair since 1973. The backlash after all of the Black is Beautiful, you know, in the 60s and 70s was real strong. When the 80s came, all of a sudden, nappy was a four-letter word once again, and you would not dare be caught dead without your hair looking anything like it came out of your scalp. The 80s was the era of the Jerry curl and the power perm and everything that was not a kink or braid or in any way Afrocentric as far as black people's hair. And it was a bad time to be somebody that loved her hair, thought it was beautiful, and didn't understand why it always had to be straightened and pressed to be presentable. Yeah. This used to take me so much longer, I kid you not, because I would be going back and forth and back and forth trying to straighten out the ends. Now I can just take my finger, go through, and it just lays down. And yes, my hair is white with product. Yes, I am heavy-handed, but the hair is wet and it's not soaked in yet. This stuff will soak in, it'll absorb, and my hair will stay moisturized literally for a few days after. Never in my life have I had that experience. I used to have a spray bottle in my purse when I wore a puff or an afro or anything, because this hair would release whatever moisture it had. Just poof, gone. And it would be a great big dry tinderbox waiting for a spark. See, this patch of hair was much closer to each other, so the end came out pretty even, but I'm still going to twist the very bottom because it makes for a better end result. There we go. Now we got this patch at the top. Again, we can't come with the brush yet. We're going to make sure we got all the big tangles out. Okay. So, when we do come with the brush, it takes almost no time to get through. Right? Again, I don't have it to pull with that thing. Okay, let's try one more time. I wish that I had given you at least a shot of what my hair was like before the product, but I'm kind of, my wrist is already hurting and I need to just get this done while my hair is wet and keep it moving, because we can't waste time. So yeah, the video is going along. We're almost at 15 minutes now. And this is going to take a bit longer. But I just wanted to show that a bit of the process of it. My friends say that, well, you can be natural because you don't have trouble with your hair. I have plenty of trouble with my hair. I have lots and lots of trouble with my hair. I just don't let it defeat me, you know. My hair is like my sister. There's nothing physically closer to me ever in my life, and she's always there. So I had to learn to live with her and keep her cool. Because this little girl here, she's a beautiful girl. She's a lovely girl, but hard-headed and stubborn. And she used to be so very hungry and neglected. She just was acting up because I wasn't treating her right. I'm so sorry, baby. You know I love you. So now I keep her fed. I keep her hydrated. And I make sure that I'm gentle when I'm handling her. That's the most important thing. If you leave with nothing else, please know that our hair is delicate. It's so fragile. And she can feel your emotions and your vibrations. If you're mad when you pick up the comb, don't pick up the comb. If you're tired and frustrated, leave it alone. Rock a puff tomorrow. Be a little kinky. Ain't nothing wrong with that. But do not take out your anger and frustration on your fro. She knows. She feels it. And she will seize up and leave you because you were cruel. So, I'm going to finish off this hair. I will come back eventually and show you the beautiful braid out that results from it. But for right now, I just want you to know. And as you can see, look at this texture. Those are kinks. Those are coils. That's nobody's type 2, 3 hair. No, we're type 4. And we love that about ourselves. Again, nobody on earth but black people have this type of hair. Nobody. Look at it. Look at her. Look at her. Hello, baby. And she's so well fed and moisturized now that, as you can see, I plopped those braids together in a few minutes. She loves me now. We love each other. We have a whole different vibe going. It's beautiful. And if you want any of these products, please comment below. I'll be doing some much more formal giveaways and things. But again, start where you are and use what you have, right? So I'm starting here and just letting you know. Hi, I'm available. I'm here to talk, here to listen, and definitely here to sell you some stuff to get your fro in order.